Hi, Bobby here. Not sure what that was, but what we're going to be looking at in this lesson is another exercise for playing over changes. What we're going to endeavour to do is play different chord types from the same root note. So previously we've been looking at using the same scale type and changing the root note. So, you know, for example, we were playing over two minor 7 chords that were a semitone apart and then a minor third apart, you know, kind of getting all our Dorian stuff going. But what we're going to do in this case is we're going to play over, we're in the good old-fashioned key of A. A is our root note. If you can hear a shaking noise in the background, that's my dog Bouncer going slightly bonkers. But what we've got here, I'll just let it go round to the start of the track. We've got A major 7 for 2 bars. Followed by A minor 7. So 2 bars of A major 7. Followed by 2 bars of A minor 7. So what can we, you can see his tail there. What can we play over that? Well, over the A major 7, we could play A major pentatonic. And then over the A minor 7, we can play A minor pentatonic. That's one way to go. But if we're dealing with 7-note scales, we can play A major over the A major 7 chord, and then A Dorian over the minor 7 chord. Let's go with that initially. What that will give us, if you think about the difference between A major and A Dorian, there's only 2 notes difference, but they're fundamental differences. So, you know, you've got a minor third instead of a major third when we're dealing with Dorian. Let's compare Dorian to A major. And you've got a flat 7 instead of a major 7. So, you know, the root note is going to be fair game for both changes. So that's going to be a constant. That's always going to sound resolved, as is the 5th. So, you know, right away, I haven't had to change scale at all. I'm playing root and 5th. We've got a 6th in common. Not the most inspiring melody. We've got a 4th in common. So it's just a 3rd and a 7th. So, you know, major 7. Sorry, I'll wait till it comes around again. Minor 7. Major 7. Minor 7. And then with the thirds, they differ as well. We've got a major 3rd. We've got a minor 3rd over this A minor 7. So that's the only difference. But what you can do to really sort of train yourself to hear both scales or to change from one scale to the next is just very casually improvise, starting out with, say, quarter notes. So just kind of work your way through the scale, major to minor, that's what we're doing. Initially at random. semitone apart. And try to resolve to a chord tone whenever you can. And then you can speed up the subdivision. I've got a feeling this video is going to be a disaster because he's running around like, oh, he's settled down now. Okay, so, you know, we double the subdivision now. So we could be looking out quarter notes and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... I kind of broke my own rule there. I started kind of phrasing when I should have been playing strict quarter notes, but I was kind of thinking and playing at the same time because the chord tones are key. So you could just play arpeggios, in fact. So you could play an A minor 7 arpeggio, so an A major 7 arpeggio followed by an A minor 7 arpeggio. Let's try that. So we're going to go. That will work. What I meant to say earlier was every note that you play doesn't have to be a new note. You can repeat certain notes as well. You know, that's the trick to good phrasing. So you can increase the subdivision further from there. So you could go 2, 3. Let's do this sort of thing. You know, and kind of build your way up to 16th notes. You know, triplets, whatever, you know, if you kind of bring some of your legato in. And while I'm doing this to a backing track, if ever you feel that the pieces aren't quite fitting together, do it without the backing track, you know, and kind of form little pathways. There's a real kind of push-pull, there's a real kind of stopping and starting approach to this. You know, be honest with yourself. If you're not quite making the changes, then, you know, take a step back and play without the backing track, play rubato, and then move on to the backing track again. You know, we can play... any of your kind of chromatic passing tones, you know, kind of fusiony, bebop type stuff, you know, that's going to work. But arpeggios, this is what I played at the improvisation at the start. I was playing, I was phrasing with an A major 7 and an A minor 7. It's only the thirds that are semitone apart. So, you know, you could come up with an interesting melody or an interesting rhythm, and it sounds quite cool, you know, to go sounds better when you haven't got a laptop falling on your foot, but that kind of thing. You know, there's so much stuff you can do, and it really kind of keeps you on your toes. So you're working from the same root note, but with a different scale each time. And you know, this chord progression, obviously these two chords, what I meant to point out at the start, these are non-diatonic. You know, you're not going to get A major and A minor in the same key, but you do hear this chord progression. It's quite interesting, it's quite ethereal, because you've got the comfort of this is nice, and then suddenly it's not. You know, resolving to chord tones, that's nice. That's something I quite like doing, actually. So if you're coming from the major, you know, walking up from the 5, 6 to the flat 7, you know, so I'm going 7 to the 5th, you can even bend up to the flat 7. We're just exploiting those notes that are different, two notes that are different between both scales. I mean, you could, over the major 7, you could, if you want to add an extra note, rather than play A major, you could play A Lydian, so you could sharpen the 4th. You know, I think I did that on the intro solo. I played something with a sharp 4 in there, so you could go, you know, that's a little bit. That's a bit sour coming in. I went to the major 3rd a little bit early there, but you know, A Lydian to A Dorian. It's going to sound nice. Maybe not today, but more out there. Let's see how you get on with that. I'm going to leave the backing track running for a while and just try playing over it. So it's A major over the A major 7 and A Dorian over the A minor 7, or you could play A Lydian over the A major 7 and A Dorian over the A minor 7, or you could play A major pentatonic over the A major 7 and then A minor pentatonic over the minor 7. Just remembering to resolve to those chord tones. If you want to check out my free blues rock phrasing course, I'll put a link in the description below. It's going to be there anyway, whether you want to check it out or not. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care, guys. Cheers. Bye, bouncer.